An ecological disturbance is any change in the environmental conditions that is big enough to cause a shift in the community. In the western US, one of the disturbances that we have frequently is wildfire, as we can see here. Disturbances can be infrequent and unpredictable, such as volcanic eruptions that have resulted in this structure behind me. They can also be frequent and regular, such as the tides coming in and out twice a day, every day. Disturbances can also be human-caused. Here we've got some prescribed burn and some forest thinning. In the short term, this is a big disturbance. In the long term, however, it's going to improve forest health. If we link disturbances back to what we learned in our last chapter about succession and about populations, we can see after this disturbance, we have a lot of these R-selected species, a lot of these weeds coming in. We're going to call these pioneer species that are going to colonize this area following that disturbance. Most ecosystems are in equilibrium. This means that there's a fairly constant number of species, even if that identity of those species differ from time to time. So how does an ecosystem respond to a disturbance? Some species, like our ponderosa pine, are resistant to disturbances. Ponderosa pine have adaptations that make them well adapted to fire. Here you can see this guy, his lowest branches are very high up. This self-pruning allows ground fires to not get up into the canopy. Ponderosa pine also have very thick bark. You can see that here. Now, this thick bark insulates the layer of cells between the wood and the bark. This layer of cells is important because this is where new cells are formed and allow the tree to grow. Other species have the ability to bounce back after a disturbance. We call this resilience. Alligator junipers, for example, can bounce back after a wildfire or maybe after one of these ponderosa pines fell and broke this stem. Interestingly, alligator juniper are the only species of junipers that can do this.